Hi everybody, back again. We had we had internet problems, so it's one of the challenges of working in the developing world. So it's great to see you. For those of you who missed the introduction, my name is Jeff Hucker. I'm the CEO and founder of Beyond the Orphanage Foundation.
And I'm Kat Fewings, and I'm a board member of BTO Australia, and we are live streaming here from Nepal.
So welcome. Don't forget to get your friends to follow us. Don't forget to check in with us with our other 4 sessions. We've got one on the Friday the 14th in Nepal, Sunday the 16th in Nepal, Wednesday the 19th in Kenya, and just before we come back to Australia on the 21st. Don't be frightened to ask any questions along the way, just jump in. We're happy to answer them. Really proud to say this is 10 years of Beyond the Orphanage, and together we've helped over 1,000 kids from really humble beginnings years ago in Ethiopia. I started working in Ethiopia over 15 years ago, formally starting Beyond the Orphanage in 2007. Really humble beginnings. We started off in a shipping container in a small little field, 2 staff and 15 children, and over the years worked different programs, and now we're very proud to say we have 4 partner programs, 2 here in Nepal, 1 that we just formed in Kenya, and also our main partner program, Brave Hearts, in Ethiopia. Still that basic philosophy, that overarching philosophy, that alternate care, looking at children as a whole, regardless of their race or religion, looking at some of the most vulnerable children in the world and working with them, regardless of their challenges, whether it's physical, mental, regardless of their race or their religion, working with that child for years and years and years, so at the end of the program, that child's an independent adult. And when I say independent, I mean really independent, so they have a degree, a vocation, a diploma, and indeed the life skills to face life on their own without that family structure. Really proud to say 10 years together, we've helped over 1,000 kids, some of the most vulnerable kids in the world. It's great, yeah. Pretty pleased to be here and share some of those success stories with you.
So we are here in Pokhara in Nepal, as Jeff said. We arrived in Kathmandu on Sunday night and flew from Kathmandu to Pokhara yesterday on
Which is interesting.
The very safe Buddha Air. So it's a really great flight. There's still snow on the mountain, so it's beautiful. So we've been here with the kids today. I've just been watching very old American sitcoms with them, which are actually still funny 30 years on. We are spending as much time as we can with the kids, also going through the program with the program directors who are here. Each time we come to a country and visit one of our programs, there's always one child who touches us. There's one little boy here today who we met last time. He's not as lively as he was when we were here last time, which was only 6 months or so ago.
Yeah, 6 months ago.
He arrived in the program 10 years ago. He was 3 when he arrived, and he only weighed 3 kilos. Took him 12 months to recover. He came into the program with his mother. His mother has since passed away. His father had already passed away. He has an elder sister who works at a bakery not far from where the home of the program is, and she comes and visits him quite often. He's just gone through a period of quite intense treatment for an illness, so he's not as lively as he was 6 months ago.
No,
he's quite quiet. He's sort of watching television on his own. The children are on school holidays at the moment. He's not playing sport with them like he was last time, but
he came here yesterday sitting on the swing, the other kids are playing.
The really great thing is that he's got a place where he's safe and he can actually feel secure. He also treats this place as his family. We got a story from him that he wrote on the computer. He wasn't asked to do it. One of the program directors walked past and he was writing his love story on the computer and went through how sad he was when he joined and how much he feels loved and how safe he is here. So he's a really great little boy. There's always one, and he's the one who's really touched us today.
It's always great to see the kids. We're really pleased yesterday. We sat down with the staff here and we're just talking about the program. We always sort of come and we work with them in development and overarching philosophy. And they've just been through a government audit process. There's 56 organisations in the greater region around Pokhara, and I voted number 1. So we're really, really proud of all the work they have done. Now given a plaque, I don't know if you can see it, it's called a token of love.
It's the token of love. There it is.
And it's really about the program, that's really what we're about, is love for the kids, working with the kids. So very proud of what they've done and what they've achieved. They went from last year's mainly B's and A's in their ratings in the local community, in the government, and this year they're straight A's, so they're number one in the community. So we're very proud of the partnership with Star Children, as indeed we are with all our partners, working together with some of the most vulnerable children in the world to change their lives forever, to give them that independence, not just that support. We all know by giving aid it just doesn't work, the development of that child, so at the end of the program they're an independent adult. Oh, there's a question. Can you read that? I've got my glasses.
No, I don't think it's a question, it's a comment.
The comment, oh dear. Right.
It's a comment about what great work we're doing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sam. It's really good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Okay, there's a question. Can you see that one? What does that one say?
I think it's the same comment.
No, there's one from James there. What are we doing here? James, great. Thanks for checking in, mate. This is our first question. It's great to see you. So what do we do when we come here? We try and come at least every 6 months with our partner programs. We really want to come and see the kids. It's how we always quantify how well a program's going. Always the children first and foremost, the front of the programs. So spending time with them, seeing how they're going, looking at the program itself, the administrative staff, seeing where we can help, where we can add value, where we can. Organisationally, we're very much about developing and working with our partner programs and staying in touch. So every 6 months we come, meet the kids, talk to them, look at the staff and work with them where we can. Great question.
And also I think what's really important is that the programs provide the necessities which all children need, the food, education, a safe place to live, but also they get the fundamentals, which is a home, and they get love and they get a family, and that's what's really important.
Absolutely. That family structure, not the institutionalised care, that alternate care. Here it's a small family style home because of the unique challenges of the children. Most are HIV positive, some are affected by HIV/AIDS, so working together. Unfortunately in Nepal there's still a lot of misunderstanding about people, children that are positive, so working together with that. In the not too distant future we're hoping to expand it more of an outreach, community-based care, and also a lot of education in the communities so communities can understand about children or indeed adults that are HIV positive.
And the really great thing about, some of these children have gone on, there's a couple that have gone on to work in this area, so they've gone into vocational training or university training and then have ended up working in areas for positive children, which is really great. It means that, at least the kids are giving back to their communities and there's far more of an awareness about the illness that they have. And there's actually another question. What kind of help do you guys give to the kids?
So Beyond the Orphanage is really about working with partner programs. As I said, there's 4 partner programs, 2 here in Nepal, 1 in Kenya that we just signed up, and a main partner program in Ethiopia, Bravehearts. So what we do, we look at the most vulnerable children. Historically it tended to be street children, double orphans, and we're more sort of working with double orphans and vulnerable children, and making sure that they're secure. First and foremost, making sure they're in a home, be it in a community-based care or in a small family home like here we are here in Star Children, making sure they're safe, making sure they're loved. And then regardless of that child's challenge, whether it's a physical challenge, mental challenge, regardless of their race or religion, working with that child as an individual. We always say one child at a time. We can't help all the kids, but we work with one child at a time. Working with that child regardless of their challenges, so at the end of the program that they're totally independent. And it's very intense. We have psychologists, we have counsellors, we have group therapy, we have individual therapy, we have tutors after school. Some kids need physiotherapy. That physiotherapy, whatever that child needs, we'll endeavour to help them on that journey. So at the end of the program, they're an independent adult. And as I said before, when we talk independent, it's really independent. So they're a member of the community, they're an asset to that community, and to be able to generate income and live a relatively normal life. So they have a degree, a vocation or a diploma. And really important, those life skills. to face life on their own, especially if you're a double orphan. Scary. You don't have that family structure. Very, very scary. Most of us have been fortunate to have that family structure to look after us. These kids don't. But one of the lovely things we see is with the community programs is the kids together, they come back together. So even when they graduate, they come back and help the younger kids because they know they're the lucky ones. They know they're the ones that have been very lucky to have that support. They'll come back and tutor the younger kids. We're just hearing today that some of the kids come back here and help in the holidays. It's wonderful to mentor them and help them. I think it's a very positive thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another question there.
Is there anything specific you guys need that people can donate?
We're always, well, we're all talking. Feels more interesting to me.
I would say there's always, number one, that we would like donated is obviously always funding. There's always room for more in these places. The really great thing is we come here and the people who run the programs, certainly, these programs, they don't ask for anything. We've just bought the children ice creams for afternoon tea. No one asks for anything. They don't, and they're also, the program directors are very good in that they say, look, if we buy, for example, a washing machine, this is what they're going to expect, and not everybody has a washing machine here. So funding, even $5 makes a difference. Here $5 goes a long way.
Absolutely.
If that's, and $5 is a lot of money in a country like this, $2 regular donation is great.
I encourage you to jump onto our website and look at all our financials. We all donate our time, we volunteer, we're very passionate about helping the kids, and that your money, your donations go a long way. If you have unique skills, we definitely like volunteers that can really help the program. We're very much about, with all our program partners, really bolstering them and helping them towards independence. We have a psychologist from the US coming in the next month. She'll work with the children. We have an IT expert coming from Australia. Different individuals.
Why you pointed at me?
You'll get that telephone.
I'm not the IT expert.
So sometimes people have unique skills that can really help the partner programs. Jump online, jump onto our website, have a look. There's a few videos at our YouTube channel about where we are now, Star Children. A great program. We're very pleased and proud to partner with them.
Yeah.
Any other questions there?
No.
No, there's one just came through. What challenges do we have? Really great question, James. James, thanks for checking in. For those of you that haven't just checked in, Jet Hucker, CEO and founder of Beyond the Orphanage. And
Kate Fewings, a member of the board of BTO Australia.
And we're live here in Pokhara. Challenges? I don't know if you can see my grey hairs. There's a fair few there. Everyone's got a story. Lots of challenges. Working in a developing world is challenging. Working in a sector, it's a very challenging sector. There's a lot of scepticism, unfortunately, in the sector. So a lot of hurdles to overcome. But 10 years we've been working, 1,000 kids with your help. Amazing. So each challenge we face a unique challenge, each one at a time. We've got a very good structure. We've got a great board. We've got a great team that works with us, working together. We're all very committed to help those kids. So we just face each challenge one by one. Always looking at the child though. Always the child is in the forefront of what we do and making sure they're okay. And the other things we deal with in the back end. So yeah.
So join us on our journey. We are going to be broadcasting live next on, Friday the 14th from a little town called Birganj, which is on the border of Nepal and India, and that's where there's a lot of child trafficking. And then Sunday the 16th is the next one.
Yep.
Is that? And that's from
Nepal, just before we leave.
From Kathmandu. And then from Kenya, which is another partner program that we've just recently brought on. And then Friday the 21st, again, just before we come back to Australia.
So thanks for checking in. Get your friends to watch next time. It's going to be a really interesting one. Our partner there works with, they rescue children that are being trafficked, and then reintegration. The ones they can't reintegrate is where we partner with them. It's a really, really good program. I mean, it's terrible that what happens with children that are trafficked, but we're doing some really positive things to stop it. So join us. Thank you so much for checking in.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.